Did she purchase that item from a second-hand shop? The woman sitting peacefully close to gate C9 was pointed out by one of the teens with a sneer. Her jacket was faded olive green, the fabric was worn thin at the sleeves, the patches were stitched unevenly from age, and she didn't seem to have many gray streaks. She wore bun sneakers instead of boots, and a duffel bag was tucked under her seat. Her name was unknown, but her silence spoke loud enough for those around her to understand until the general walked by. He was in full uniform, flanked by aides, and moving quickly through the terminal with purpose. Heads turned and some people nodded, but then he stopped, his gaze locked on the woman in the old green jacket. His posture changed, his jaw clenched, and he then snapped to attention with a salute so sharp it echoed off the windows. The adolescents' laughter died in their throats as the terminal went silent. "Major Hale," the general stated in a stern, respectful voice. "Permission to speak freely, Mom?" he asked. She looked up for the first time since arriving. She smiled, granted. He knelt in full dress, kneeling in front of her, taking her weathered hand in his. "I studied your mission in officer school. You held that hill for 3 days, no reinforcements, no sleep." 16 lives saved. A slow murmur rippled through the gate phones, started recording the same people who mocked her jacket now scrambled to understand who she was because that patch they laughed at it was from the 17th Tactical Recon Unit, disbanded decades ago after an infamous classified mission in Kosovo. Major Charlotte Hale had been the unit commander. Her story had only recently been declassified. A lone female officer who defied protocol, disobeyed a retreat order, and held the line until air support arrived. The mission was one of the most heroic last stands in modern military history, but she never spoke of it, never sought attention. She'd retired, quietly cared for her disabled brother, and volunteered at shelters. The general rose and turned to the crowd. "This woman is the reason I joined the Army. I keep her photo in my office. I've told her story to cadets across the country, and today I have the honor of meeting her face-to-face." Silence turned to applause, slow, then building. Gate C9 became a standing ovation. The teenagers stared at the ground, ashamed. One of them even whispered, "I didn't know." Major Hale nodded to the general, stood, and adjusted her jacket. The laughter came back, but this time it was kind and respectful. She boarded her flight with dignity, wearing a duffel on her shoulder, patch on her sleeve. The story went viral before the plane even took off, and the headline read, "Everlasting Honor. General salutes, forgotten hero," said another major. News anchors flooded Hale's inbox with requests for interviews, but she turned them all down. Her only response was sent to a young woman studying military history. "A jacket doesn't make the soldier, but sometimes it reminds the world who the soldier was." She continued living her life as usual, quiet, humble, and consistent, but her moment at Gate C9 changed everything, because so many people saw not only her but every veteran they'd passed without a second glance. Respect isn't just earned in war. It's carried in silence, worn in stitches, and acknowledged by those who truly understand what sacrifice looks like. Before we wrap up this story, if this tale resonated with you, please subscribe to the channel, click the like button, and leave a karma remark below. You may also let us know where you're watching from.